everybody. I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus. In case you didn't see on social media, my family had yet another tragedy. I've talked about my sister who lives in Charlotte, and she lost her husband to early onset dementia in November of 23. And then we lost our mom 4 days after that. And then we lost our dad this year in January. And her son, who's 27, had a really hard time getting over losing his dad. And he took his own life on September 8th. So it's just been a very chaotic month. And I actually packed up, found a place in a suburb of Charlotte, and moved in 3 weeks. So I let YouTube fall to the wayside because I just was focusing on getting up to be closer to my sister and help her any way I could, and walk this journey with her because our family just has been through it, and she has taken the brunt of it, losing her husband, our parents, and now her son. I moved into my new place on October 1st and have gotten settled in, and it's like making a video. I haven't got my lighting figured out yet, so we're just going to wing it on this one with the fun fake fall background. Taking a break from YouTube gave me time to think about what I want to do with my channel going forward, because I'm sure you're getting bored with it, with the same 3 things all the time. The $100 sales, which I will keep doing those videos because they're very educational and people love them. The seller shout out, and then my sales update videos. But I want to change things up a little bit. I'm getting bored with it, so we're going to do some different things. And I'm going to rely on you, my audience, to give me feedback on if you like it, if you don't like it, or what you want more of. So that's a little synopsis of why I took a break from YouTube. So in this video, I wanted to go over not just the changes that were announced at eBay Open in August, but what I'm doing in response to those changes. It's too early to tell if any of these things are increasing my sales because, like I said, my life's been a little crazy and a little chaotic. Haven't been giving as much attention to my eBay store, but that's going to pick back up again, and especially in fourth quarter, the busiest time of the year. So first thing I want to go over is the AI photos. Now, you can do this on the app, but I'm just not an app person. I do all my listings from the computer, but you absolutely can do the AI backgrounds on the app, and there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube about how to do that. But I use a web-based photo editor called PicMonkey, and I have used it forever. I use it for creating images for my videos in my school and things on social media, my Facebook business page, all of that. So that's just my go-to. That's just what I use. So I wanted to show you some photos that I use the AI backgrounds on and how that works in the software that I use.
Okay, here are a few listings. I have inserted some AI backgrounds, and I don't do it on all my listings, just when I think of something. It's kind of random. So this was a brick background behind this cool Hamza pillow cover, which I've gotten into these lately. They're just easy to list and ship, and I feel like people are going to change out the pillow anyway and put a fresh one in there that, I mean, who knows where a pillow's been, right? So, and then on these, this is one of the coffee bags I've been working on for several months. I have, I don't know, about 40 of them left. And I put some coffee beans behind that one just to add some visual interest. And this item actually sold. It was a solid wood duck, not a decoy, just kind of a home decor piece. And so I put a lake behind that. And then I like putting festive holiday backgrounds on items that qualify for that. So this is a poncho item. I put some glittery lights behind it. And then the same with this Santa Claus embroidered pillow, just some festive colored lights. And on this Christmas pillow, I used a glitter background. And you know us down in the South, we don't get any snow, so we're fascinated with it. So I put a snowy scene behind this coat, and I feel like that made the burgundy maroon color really pop. And then this is a pair of vintage Woolrich hunting pants, also with a snowy background. So let's go over to PicMonkey, and I just want to show you how fast and easy this is if you're not using a photo editing software. It's pretty much all the same, but PicMonkey has a bunch of stock photos you can use. Okay, here is the original picture, and that is a real wood background, and I'm going to change that out. eBay has said in the past that changing the gallery photo helps with search engine optimization. So when you are tweaking, refreshing, revising your listings, take a minute to change that photo, do something different to it, make it smaller, make it larger, meaning the item in the photo, change the background, rotate it a slight amount, just make it look different so that the search engine sees it as a different photo. So what we do over here is first thing is we're going to remove the background, which this you can do this on the app. I just like to do things on a computer, and I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And then we go over here to add background image, and we're going to go to stock photos, and I'm just going to put in red glitter. You can search for anything you want. There are thousands of these on there, and it can be a time suck, and you can get addicted to doing this. So don't think about it too much. Just pick something. So I'm going to pick this one here and click replace, and there is the festive glittery Christmas background. And another side note, this is a Williamsburg pillow. Those can sell for a lot of money. They're needlepoint pillows, handmade. So you could see the little blue tag on that. This is the Colonial Williamsburg, the shops website where pillows are offered. And you can see some of these start at $50. And they're just beautifully made, seasonal, home decor, whatever you want to use them for. Some of these are over $100 brand new, so they do hold their value on eBay. $200 for a throw pillow. I mean, come on. If you're not looking for these out in the wild, now you will be, because they're just beautiful and they have that blue Williamsburg tag on them. That is your be on the lookout item for this video.
And eBay did say at eBay Open that 6 to 7 photos per listing is preferred. Now, I'm only doing the AI backgrounds on the gallery photo. You don't need to do them on all of your photos. And sometimes it is hard to come up with 6 to 7 photos for certain kinds of items. So I'm still working on that. Sometimes it's just 3 photos is really all you need. So I'm not going to go overkill on that, but they did say 6 to 7 photos. Okay, the next thing is the automated feedback. Some of y'all out there thought this meant as a seller to automate your feedback to buyers. So that's been around for years and years and years. And you can set that up. So as soon as they pay, you leave automated feedback. You can put a bunch of different comments in there and have them rotate. So yeah, that's been around for a really long time. What we're referring to here is when eBay steps in and leaves feedback on behalf of the buyer. And I love it. However, some people do not love it. So here's a conversation that was on my Facebook page where there was kind of a negative response to this. They're kind of poo-pooing it. And so let's take a look at that.
I posted this on September 30th that I was loving the new automated feedback. I had 39 so far, and a lot of people chimed in on this, and there were 45 comments. So most people were happy, and they were showing their numbers of how many automated feedbacks they have. And then down here, someone said, I think I'm the only one who doesn't like it. I worked hard for my over 4,000 feedbacks. These new ones are fake. And then another seller agreed with that. I definitely prefer to hear from the buyer. And then the first person said it's like getting a participation trophy. Truly means nothing. And I'm going to have to disagree with that because we did our job. We shipped the item on time and it arrived. And these feedbacks are showing up about 7 days after the items are delivered. So I think it's great that eBay is stepping in on behalf of the buyer because the tracking shows it's delivered. And this really helps water down those negatives we get sometimes that are undeserved and are not removed. I think it's very helpful there, but I don't think it's like getting a participation trophy. We did our job. If you didn't do your job and the item wasn't delivered or you didn't have tracking on it, there would be a problem. So I'd love your comments on that, how you feel about it, because that's one thing all sellers struggle with is getting that feedback. And that's how we're rated. And this is a common thing on third-party sites. At Uber, you get to rate your driver. Instacart, you get to rate your shopper. DoorDash, all those types of things where someone is providing a service and you get rated. So I'm all for it. I think it's wonderful. And I'm just a little taken aback that some people don't like it, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you are not seeing your automated feedback, here's how to see that on both the app and the full site. When you go on the app, go to your feedback page and choose filter, and then you will get this screen over here where you can toggle on to show the automated feedback. For the full site, almost the same thing. Go to your feedback page, and at the top you will see this box you can check, show automated feedback, and it will populate. I think you have to do this every time you look at your feedback. It doesn't stay toggled on. So if you're not seeing it, that's how to find it.
Okay, and one other issue that was discussed at eBay Open was should you end stale listings and restart them? And this was ingrained in us many years ago when eBay said you need to refresh your listings, they get stale. But now things are different. And that actually confuses the search engine because every time you end a listing and restart it, it gets a new URL. So that listing may have several URLs and it's confusing to the search engine, both eBay and Google. So the presenter at eBay Open said, don't do this. It's not productive. And there are two schools of thought on this. Some people do this religiously every day, and some people never touch their listing.
And to drive this point home, I posted a poll on my group asking this question. The answers were no, I never end and restart listings. Sometimes, but not every day. Yes, on most days. And religiously, every day. So there were a lot of comments. There was 220 votes and all these different comments. And that's the discussion. Steve Gittler posted where eBay was explaining this in the presentation. So they say don't do it. What I did was I looked at who says no, never. Which sellers said they don't? And do they sell a lot of items? That was just me like, well, where are you coming from? Who said this? So if you want to find that post in the group, it was posted on September 1st. And you can see everybody has their own schedule, their own method of doing this. But eBay says don't do it anymore.
Get it. So I've kind of found a happy medium on that. So here's what I'm doing to tweak listings a little bit, because I do think you need to reevaluate the pricing and the keywords, especially if they're keywords that you're not using that could help your listing appear higher in search. So here's the process I'm doing for refreshing old listings.
I go to my active listings, which I keep sorted from oldest to newest, and I pick two or three and I just edit them. Change the picture, check the keywords, look at the suggested pricing, and then I put a note over here in the custom label column, the date I revised it, and I just do a few of those a day. If you did not have anything in the custom label field, then just hover over it and edit. You're not able to edit it on the listing if you didn't have anything in the custom label field before. I also do this a little differently than people. I always go to the oldest listings and work forward, even when I was ending and restarting, because in my world, that listing is old, maybe 3 or 4 months old. Maybe it needs to be tweaked so it can sell. Maybe it's the price, maybe it's the keywords, whatever. Other people choose whatever listings are renewing that day. That used to be the thing because we were charged for listings, but we're not charged anymore. So I go back to the oldest ones. That's just what makes sense to me. So you can see I've been doing this for a while. Now, if you have an offer out on an item, you can't edit it. So I just skip those and come back when the offer time, the 4 days, has expired, and I can edit that listing. So that's how I'm tweaking things. A lot of times the price has changed either up or down. So I'm still doing a few of those a day just to touch my store and my listings, but I'm not doing the ending and selling similar anymore.
And really, I looked at the time I was spending ending and restarting listings. And even if it's just 20 minutes a day, That adds up to 10 hours a month. And what could you do with that 10 hours? Honestly, I haven't noticed a difference in my sales since I stopped ending and restarting listings a month ago. But again, things have been kind of crazy in my store, so we'll see what happens there. But my sales have been pretty much the same. So I like this new process where I'm still touching on some listings every day, but it's not a huge time suck. And really, it's all about time. How much can you do in a 24-hour day? We all have the same amount of time, but it's how you spend it. Okay. I plan to do more videos like this, talking about technology, e-commerce in general, and other topics that are important, as well as celebrating the community and highlighting your sales on different videos. But I'm ready to change up things a little bit, and I hope you are. So let me know how you like this video, what you want to see. You know me, I like to be different and not follow the crowd and do what everybody else is doing, but bring information to you that's important and that will help your business. If you like these types of videos, check out my premium library. There's almost 650 lessons in there. It's education based, and I add new stuff all the time as I learn it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video, and I hope you have a happy day on eBay. See you next time. Bye, everybody.